Okay, so imagine living every day with pain, bloating, and anxiety, and wondering if this is just how life is going to be from now on. So that was Andrea's reality not too long ago. Like many, she tried different things, hoping for a relief, but nothing seemed to truly work until something changed. So today, Andrea is living proof that healing is possible. And in this conversation, she opens up about her journey from daily discomfort and emotional struggles to finding peace in her body and mind through the gut healing program. So, Andrea, thank you very much for being here. So, let's start from the beginning. So, what was your life like a year ago, both physically and emotionally? And how did your health challenges affected your everyday life and activities and mood and relationships and everything?
Well, 1 year ago, actually, I met you in May, I think. And
Mhm.
just before I met you, I really got to the point where I couldn't cope anymore because I tried everything and I was desperate and it made me depressed and I was anxious and I just thought I can't cope anymore. I was suffering with IBS or I didn't know what it was for many years. So, I'd have good days, bad days, or like a good week and a bad week, or a good month and a bad month. But I was always bad. And just before I met you, I really got bad because I was desperately trying different things, just anything that I thought could help me. So yeah, I don't think I was like much fun to be around. You should ask my husband, but yeah, I was always, in pain, and and now that I'm better, I realize how much it affects you when you have pain every single day.
Yeah, and
You get
anxiety.
used to it. You get
Yeah.
used to it, of course, but it does like affect your every single, everything that you do.
What was the symptoms that you were experiencing, like IBS, bloating, anxiety, abdominal
Bloating,
pain?
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cramps, a lot of cramps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with kind of depression as well, in and out of depression. Anxiety was getting worse and worse. Also because I was confused. I didn't know what to do. I was really lost and confused and frustrated.
You were trying many things, like to try and heal this IBS. In what way? What everything? What you have tried that time?
Wow. I think I've done every elimination diet out there,
Mhm.
which maybe some things worked or some things didn't. But because I was doing it without any kind of guidance, maybe something worked and I wouldn't really realize what it was working, Was it a supplement or was it not eating the bread or, I was kind of just doing anything. Yeah, I've tried all the supplements that you read about on the internet.
Mhm.
But what really made my symptoms really, really bad was I tried some digestive enzymes,
Mhm.
and that caused me like bloating that I couldn't breathe.
Mhm.
Like high bloating high in the stomach, which
Mhm.
kind of that really made me desperate at that point because I could kind of cope with my other problems that I'd been having for years. But this extreme bloating really kind of made me worried.
Maybe you read somewhere that it's good to take digestive enzymes and maybe
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
supplement.
I mean, I've just been reading about this stuff forever. It's like my hobby.
Yeah. And you find so many conflicting informations here and there, it makes you
It's
confused. Yeah.
impossible, yeah. It's impossible to know what's right, what's wrong. And so you just try anything out of desperation. And I never tried digestive enzymes. I think I remembered one of my friends from years ago told me I should do it, and then I forgot. I did something else. So then I thought, okay, it must be digestive enzymes I have to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible,
Mhm.
really bad.
So, what was your biggest desire at this time when you were feeling like that? So, were you thinking that you were able to heal one day, or there is a way?
I didn't think that there was actually, because I've been suffering for so long. And I thought to myself, hang on a second, I can't, if I've been suffering already 25 years, let's say, I'm not exaggerating,
Wow.
am I going to be like this for the rest of my life? Is this my life?
Hmm.
And so when I woke up to that, I said, no, 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 I've got to fix it. I really seriously have to fix it.
Hmm.
Um, so that's when I got in touch with you.
Yeah. So how come you came across me, and what led you to?
Well, I don't really use Facebook, to be honest. I'm more Instagram and TikTok. But I realized that my husband uses Facebook for different groups and marketplace, and I realized it has different things that are useful. And I thought to myself, hang on a second, why don't I find a group where, that helps with my symptoms? So at least I can talk to different people because I was so alone and lost. So I didn't know
Mhm.
what to do. So finally I found your page. No, I watched a video that you made on SIBO, which really kind of, I said, oh my God, somebody understands what's going on. And you really made sense. Like some things that you said, I thought, wow, this is the person I need to follow.
Yeah. So did you felt that there is solution to your problems? Like there is something that you need to take an action to do something?
Yeah, well, after listening to you, I realized that there was a possibility,
Mhm.
to heal at least.
Yes, during this time when you were feeling sick and with pain and bloating and anxiety, did you felt like giving up? Like, so what helped you keep going?
I couldn't envision a life for suffering. Also, I'm in perimenopause, so I thought it can only just get worse. I mean, I've tried everything. I'm sportive. I tried not drinking, and for me, that was a sacrifice. And even the not drinking wasn't doing anything. So,
Mm-hmm.
I, you know, I was kind of, I mean, it was tough, but I was never going to give up. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, so yeah, I can see you're a determined woman and you're action taker. It's you know that you have to take the actions to
Yeah,
heal
but
yourself.
because it's been for so long, and I'd spoken already to so many different doctors, and I tried so many different things. I've just believed that that there has to be something.
What the doctors told you before.
I went to see a gastroenterologist, and he did a colonoscopy,
Mhm.
and everything was normal. And then he said, "Ah, you have IBS." I said, "Oh, thanks." I know I have IBS. It's
Did,
definitely irritable, but what can I do?
did he prescribe any medication maybe?
No, I
Mhm.
think he just said, actually, I spoke to another doctor, and he said to me, just eat a varied diet. Don't reheat meals. That was helpful. That's true. And yeah, that's it.
That's all the help from the doctors, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was it. Yeah. So of course I was really angry and desperate after that.
I'm happy that you enroll in the program. So tell me, what was the first thing that you noticed changed? What?
Yeah, immediately the bloat went away, which was
Mhm.
a godsend because just before I started, I was really bad. I was like a 10, I would say, a 9 or a 10 of discomfort. So that was an amazing feeling, to finally be able to breathe properly again. And I lost weight that I didn't really imagine that I was going to do, which is always nice.
No, what changes did you notice afterwards, like physically, emotionally?
Yeah, my anxiety practically disappeared. Depression, I was fine. Actually, I was excited. There was no depression. I
Mhm.
was really excited to be like doing something that's working and making me feel good. Finally.
Yeah, I remember once you wrote to me, you said, I notice I feel happy. It's,
Oh yeah. I
yeah.
remember because I wasn't drinking alcohol. I was on vacation. I did a lot of vacations doing this detox, and I thought, how am I going to do this detox being constantly on vacation? And actually, that gave me more. gave me more stamina to not drink, not to eat the right thing. And I was thinking, how am I going to cope? Am I going to have fun? And I was laying down sunbathing, thinking, actually, I am just fine, enjoying
Perfect.
everything, you know?
Yeah, so you're just fully present in the moment and enjoying your life.
Exactly. And once the pain wasn't there, I could finally think about other things,
Yeah, focus on
because it's
uh,
constantly on your mind, the pain, what am I going to do? What am I going to eat? How am I going to resolve that problem? Once you take those things away, your mind is clear as well.
that's good. So now you can focus on your professional life and much clearly, full
Yeah,
with full potential.
exactly. Yeah.
Did anybody around you notice any changes with you?
Well, I mean, yeah, I lost weight, of course. Everyone was curious to find out what my diet was.
Hmm.
Um, Even though it was strict, everyone noticed, that I wasn't eating bread or whatever, but I was still having fun and being social. My husband obviously noticed that I was calmer, happier, not moaning so much, probably. Yeah, so it was best. It was good for him too.
Were you able to manage to influence your husband in healthy eating habits?
Yeah, I think I did influence him a bit. Yeah.
This have completely changed your life, and now you live your life with full potential now, and you can focus more on your professional life without worrying about what you're going to eat, what is good for you. Now you know what's good for you, of course.
Exactly.
And what will you recommend for the people listening to this interview, which are experiencing the same thing that you had before?
Oh, I recommend to follow exactly what Elizabeth says because it might seem really tough to give something up. But I mean, it's a small amount of time for something so important that can really change your life. And to give up like for me, they're like little things that don't really make much difference in your life. If you can cut them out without any stress, just go for it. It really makes a big difference.
Yeah, the people usually are looking for a quick fix, like a supplement or medicine, just to relieve their pain and bloating, and but they're not looking at the bigger picture and long-term effects. So
Exactly.
this lifestyle should be your everyday life. It's not like a restriction for, okay, I will be restrict myself 1 month and I will be healed and then I'll go back to previous
Perfect.
habits.
No, exactly. But it's a good education because you find alternatives to what you would normally eat. I mean, it's just also your habits. You
Yeah.
take away the habit of eating bread, and you find like sometimes I eat rice bread, rice cakes, or if I really want something like that, or you make kind of pancakes with another kind of
Flour.
flour, and you just get into that habit, and it's okay. And then you can't even imagine eating bread again.
I think
Just
this,
breaking the habit cycle. Yeah.
yeah, implementing healthy habits, and this is like a completely new lifestyle that is serving you and helping you feel better.
Exactly. But also, when you're feeling better, you look at the things in a different way as well. You don't look at the cake and think, oh, I want the cake. No, because the cake is going to make you feel disgusting again. You also get used to the not having so much sugar. The taste is different.
It, the taste bud changes, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So thank you very much, Andrea, for sharing your experience, your health struggles, and how you overcome that. And I hope that this is a good lesson for everybody that healing is possible and they can find it. It doesn't have to be my program or it can be somebody else's program. Just to take an action, to start moving in the right direction, which is good for them, for each and everyone, because everybody is different.
And you just have to be patient and make the effort. It's worth it, especially when you feel better, you see yourself looking better, and it just gets easier and easier.
Yeah, and you can live your life with a full potential and do the things that you've always wanted to do from before.
Exactly. You can wear the clothes that you want to wear, which was
That,
one of my biggest problems.
which is now not anymore a problem.
Exactly. Put those clothes away.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much again, Andrea, for sharing your experience. And let's see you become better and better version of yourself and become
Yeah.
a fashion diva like you are.
Thank you very much.
And
It's been a pleasure.
we'll keep in touch. So take care, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.